Good morning. Good morning. There's always got to be one that can't quite make it. And as you might expect, the one that didn't make it this time is that last calf that was born. But that's actually kind of a good thing because it's smaller. So what I have started doing is just I'll hook the wire up a little bit higher so that when that calf is pacing up and down the hot wire, he'll eventually come down to this end and find a high spot where he can just duck right under. Up here. That wire's probably at about waist height on me, which is plenty of room for that calf to get under it if he doesn't break through somewhere else. Looks like it's feeding time for these two. You go, guys. How about it? You know, today's gonna be a good day for those two and the third one, wherever he may be. Because the plan is to go grab the LS. We got to push this pile of wood chips into the big corral. But once that's done, I would like to try to start moving hay over here. And the reason that I say try to get some hay moved over here is because I've got to move some equipment around, get some things hooked up, get everything ready to go. You guys know how it goes. So by the time we do all that, I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to haul hay, but as they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. I learned pretty quickly that hauling round bales on a car hauler trailer such as what I have here doesn't really work that well because these fenders are not meant to support a load. Over the years, I've had several different ideas of how to deal with that, from a deck over conversion and eliminating the fenders completely to building new, stronger fenders that would support the weight of the bales. The simplest solution, however, is a pallet with a couple of posts on it. This will hold the center bales up over the fenders so that they're not resting on them. And I just screwed everything together very lightly just so that this doesn't rattle around and bounce off while I'm going down the road empty. I'm thinking the ticket now is to build some heavy-duty fenders that can support the weight of the bales, and then making like a little basket that just sort of locks in here that I could take on and off, so that when I'm hauling bales, I can put the little basket on there and it'll hold the bales level and up at fender height. And I actually have the metal to do this, I just haven't done it yet. And then there is, of course, the flatbed Dodge. The reason I got this truck was to haul hay bales. Of course, it's been 2 or 3 hay seasons since I got it, and I still haven't gone through and fixed it up and gotten it ready to go. Last year, I thought I had a major problem with this truck, and that was that the receiver hitch was too high for that trailer. But thanks to you guys, I have now been able to find several companies that make really robust drop hitches that could handle the weight, and I could use on this receiver hitch. The other thing that I'm a bit worried about, though, towing that much weight, is the bed like tipping up, you know, as I go down the road. So I think what I'll probably have to do is make some sort of lockout tabs down here that I can put pins in to hold the bed down so I don't have to worry about that. Kind of what I'm saying is, this is still on my mind. I'm still thinking of how I want to set this truck up to haul bales. And I was just thinking this morning that I should start on that. Even if I can't get it done for this year, I bet I could get it far enough along to at least make a couple of trips with it. If I could do that, that actually might even be to my advantage, because it might expose some weak points and let me know where I need to focus my efforts. So for now, we'll be pulling the trailer with the Ford, and I've still got my toolbox and air compressor in here, which means I can't utilize the entire space of the bed, but I can fit an additional bale back here, and I plan to do so. So between the truck and the trailer, I should be able to move 16 bales at a time. Okay, enough about all that. Let's get the LS moved down to the ranch, get those wood chips pushed out of the way, and then I think I'll drive probably the New Holland back up here so that I can get in my truck and trailer. Then I'll have to take the spear down there. You see, it's a lot of moving around. Well, there's no need to get it perfect. When the cows are in here next, they'll spread this out and pack it down, so we'll call it good enough. I'm gonna move the 8N over into the wing of the barn just so it'll be out of the way today. I don't plan on putting any bales in the wing, and well, if I do, I'll need this tractor anyway. And then the New Holland, I'll just leave the manure spreader hooked up, and I think we'll use this as our ride back home. It's been a while since I've started this tractor. I hope we don't have any problems. Still got some battery. Fired right up. Probably could just run the 8N home, but I think I will leave it here because what I'm thinking I'll probably do today is once I get some bales in the main part of the barn, a couple loads hopefully, I'll probably take these 5 old bales in the wing out and put them outside, because I want to feed these first when I do start feeding in the fall. So if I bury them back here in the wing, it's going to be awful hard to get to. But I don't want to move these out until I get some new ones in, so that the cats have somewhere to hide and, you know, do cat things. Well, we better start scratching this thing up. One last thing before we go to the hayfield. Let's all stop and take a moment to appreciate the bale spear. It will never be this clean or look this good again. And so it begins. 16 bales, let's get them home. So far so good, and what I had to do with the old tractor is I'd take one side of the trailer and then I'd turn everything around and get the other side. But I think this loader has enough reach to it that I can just reach across the deck and not have to turn around. So if that does work, that'll be another little way that I can save time. So let's try it. Well, when I was putting those 3 back up there, I was reminded of all the comments that people left me saying I should put some sort of a hoop or something to prevent bales from falling back down on the tractor. The reason that I'm not doing that is because if I grab a single bale, then that hoop, or whatever you want to call it, would stick up too much and hit the rafters, like when I have to go and put one on the very top. So the answer is to just be real careful, and you know, that's what I do. Well, that has to be the fastest unload that I've ever done while hauling hay. Big thanks to that LS and that double hay spear. That's pretty nice. Fast forward, it's the next day now. I only got 2 loads yesterday, which is 32 bales, which didn't make me especially happy, but it really seemed to make the barn cats happy. They're right perched up there on top where they like to be, so I guess that's good. I've set aside the entire day today for hauling hay, so let's see how good we can do. So far, so good. I just have to say, loading this barn with the LS is so nice. It's a lot less scary than it was with the 8N. I mean, the 8N would do it, but the LS really kind of makes it a lot more enjoyable. The rest of my day is gonna pretty much look like what you just saw. Right now, I've got 48 bales here in the barn. Let's see how far we can get. Yeah. Last load of the day. Let me get this put in the barn, and then I want to count how many bales I've got because I've kind of lost track. So each layer, or I call it a face of the stack. I guess it would technically be a column. What would be the proper word for that? But anyway, each like layer of bales here is 18. So we can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 18 plus 4 more here on the ground. So what is that, 120 between today and yesterday? That's not terrible. From a tonnage standpoint, we're not quite halfway, but we're pretty close. I've started with stacking all the triticale that did not get rained on here in the back of the barn. This is a little bit higher quality than the stuff that did get rained on, but the main reason why I want it in the back is because I've noticed that the mice do not like this hay near as much as they like the 3-way. Now this year I should be at an advantage to where I was last year, because last year I filled the barn with 0 cats in here, and this year we've still got 3. So I'm hoping that they can stay on top of the mouse population and not let it get out of hand like it did last year. What's in there? What's in there? I almost guarantee it's a cat, but I'll stick the camera in there, see if you can see anything. Probably too dark. Oh well, we tried. Let's get the tractor moved back home. I still got a couple more things to do today. Don't get your hair all over everything. I need to correct myself. I said I had 120 bales in the barn. What I meant to say was 112. You see, I've noticed whenever I'm filming, if I make a mistake, nobody corrects me, so I thought I better do it. I've had several people ask me, what am I saying when I call the cows? I'm saying, come boss, like B-O-S. And the reason I say come boss is because that's what Grandpa used to say. Now my grandpa grew up speaking Swiss, so I'll have to check if boss is Swiss for cow. It very well could be, but it's also kind of like a generic name for a cow, bossy, kind of in the same way that a generic name for a dog would be like Fido or something like that. But also the scientific name for cattle, well, there's 2 actually, depending on the type of breeds that you're talking about. My cows would fall into the category of cattle known as Bos Taurus, which is basically everything that's not humped or eared. Those cattle are known as Bos Indicus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Turn around, turn around. Kiddos, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. No, don't be that way. It's an easy way to move you. So it's come boss. I'm not really sure why. Gave you a couple of reasons of what it could be, but that's what it is. We've done it. Well, I guess this is a pretty good place to call it. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.